What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to show you some of these Marvel Legends 3 3/4 inch action figures, and I picked all these up on discount. I had sort of slowed down in terms of collecting this particular line of action figures, mainly because the articulation is not that great on them, usually between like 5 and 7 points of articulation. And the price point had gone up quite a bit, so they were costing, over $12 a piece for them, and I just couldn't justify the cost of, building out the entire collection. But these have been showing up at discount houses recently, such as Big Lots, and I think Ollie's also has them. So these only cost $4.99 a piece. And so I was very excited to pick these up, and these were some of the characters that I didn't have. So I will collect more of them if I can find them at that price. I'm just not willing to pay more than that because Hasbro has actually started a line that has better articulation, and those are called Epic Heroes. And I can show you an example of that. This is the Spider-Man, and as you can see, there's definitely better articulation on this. He gets shoulder extending outward, he gets elbow rotation, elbow bending back and forth, hip articulation back and forth. So yeah, there's just so much more flexibility in terms of this particular line of figures. And they've done some characters for Spider-Man, and they've also done, I believe, some of the Avengers and some of the X-Men as well. So I'm more inclined to actually start picking up more of these figures, even though the paint deco and so forth isn't quite as good as the Marvel Legends 3 3/4 inch line. The sculpting is quite good, and again, the articulation is good. And they scale pretty well with these figures too, because I can show you side by side, Spider-Man alongside of Venom. These figures are a little bit taller, but with a larger character like Venom, these two actually scale pretty well together. So we'll talk first about Venom, and this one I believe only has 5 points of articulation. A lot of the other ones actually have a rotation point in the lower arm. This one does not, however. So this one I believe is just 5 points of articulation. But the sculpting looks real good, and also the paint deco on it. So I really like the look of the head sculpt. And the one selling point for these is the artwork. The artwork looks really fantastic. The card art is really great. And on the back of the package, you can see right up here the details behind Venom. So looks really cool, and very excited to have that. Next up, we got Falcon. So this is another character that I didn't have in my collection. Again, it's got that really retro look to it. Really fantastic artwork on the card. And these cards are pretty substantial in terms of thickness. These aren't flimsy like some other, retro series cards. These ones actually have some substance to them. So, and you can see what Falcon looks like. Good job on the head sculpt and the detailing on his outfit and everything. And also comes with his bird accessory, so that's really cool. And Red Wing, I believe it's called. So you can see that right up here on Falcon. So really cool. Definitely enjoy having that character in my collection as well. Definitely one of my favorites. And last but not least, we got the Dark Phoenix over here. This is another character from the X-Men comics. And this is sort of the dark version of Jean Grey. And I think they did a really good job in terms of the head sculpt and the overall detailing on this. This one does have the rotation point in the lower arm too, so you can actually change the position of the hands. So I believe that's 7 points of articulation on this particular one. So and then on the back of the package, you can see the right up here on Dark Phoenix, a little bit of detail about the character. So really cool, and very happy to have these in my collection now. Again, I don't know for sure if I'm going to end up collecting a lot more of these, or whether or not this is sort of the end of the line for these, but we'll see what happens. Ultimately, I would love it if Hasbro actually did a line that combined some of the really fantastic paint details and retro look with the more modern articulation of the Epic Heroes line, but they haven't got to that point yet, but we'll see what happens in the future. That's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more reviews of action figures in the future, think about subscribing to my channel, because I will be covering a lot more of this kind of stuff in future videos. Until next time, I hope you're having a great day, and thanks for watching.